name is Christine Whalen. I'm an accountant, a CPA from Erin, Ontario, and I came today to answer some questions.
Thought we might start off, which I think is particularly relevant in Shelburne right now. Could you tell us how someone who recently moved to Canada, or this community specifically, how they might go about picking the best bank for them?
Well, I think you want to consider the legitimacy of the bank, so you want to make sure that they're well known in Canada. The big four banks are TD and RBC, Bank of Montreal, and CIBC.
Nice.
So all four of those would be a solid choice. You want to make sure that they have an ATM in your community that's easy to get to, and if you think you're going to want to go into the bank, then I guess you want to make sure that they have hours that suit you. You also want to ask about their fees. They all have different structures on their accounts depending on how much money that you leave in there or how many transactions you do every month, so you want to make sure you understand what it is that you're paying for, that there's no surprises at the end of the month. And then you also want to consider, if you're going to be traveling home or abroad, that you have access to your money if you're in another country, because some banks it's very difficult to get access if they don't have a branch in the country that you're going to.
Next question. Could you tell us a bit more about benefits and detriments to using credit cards?
So benefits, obviously super handy to have a credit card. You can use it for pretty much everything now. A lot of them have points programs or cash redemption rewards, travel rewards, or specific company rewards. All in all, just really convenient for convenience, more convenient than carrying cash, safer than carrying cash. Again, if you're traveling abroad and you're using a major credit card, you can usually use that in any country. The downside is that you sometimes you don't really quite grasp how much money you're spending. They're a little bit easy.
Easy to tap, tap, tap.
Easy to tap, 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 and then you don't realize how much you've spent. A lot of these companies keep upping your limit, so you don't understand how much your limit is, and you can just keep going. So you have to be really careful to track what you're spending. You have to pay off the balance every month. The interest at the end of the month is huge, 20% most of them. So you cannot use it as a financing vehicle. You just have to use it for convenience, and you got to pay it off. And if you don't pay it off, or if you're carrying a large balance all the time, that can also be hard on your credit rating when you go to get loans for other things. So you got to make sure that you pay them off if you are going to use them.
I find this one particularly relevant. Income tax time can be pretty stressful. What are your tips for newcomers and recent immigrants in regards to being prepared for tax time?
So my tips would be to keep a folder that says tax information somewhere handy for yourself in your house. If you get donation receipts or medical receipts or child care receipts, anything that's tax relevant, keep it in the folder all year long so that you're not scrambling at the end of the year trying to find this stuff. You can keep a little list inside the folder of all the stuff you had last year so that you know that you're waiting for your child care receipt or whatever in particular that you're waiting for. As far as getting your tax return done, earlier is better. The places that do them can always give you more attention, better advice, and they have more time to make sure that you've got everything if you bring your stuff in early. So most people have all of their slips by the end of February at the latest. So I would say, take your folder once you've got your T4, which is from your payroll from your employer. Some of those things come online, so you have to actually go on and look for them. Kids, young adults tuition slips, they have to go on to the university website now and get them themselves. They don't come in the mail anymore. So you have to collect all these things, bring them to an accountant if you're going to use an accountant, or H&R Block, or wherever. But the sooner you can do it, the better service you're going to get, the better result you're going to get. If you're getting a refund and they e-file it for you, you get it right away. It's like 5 to 10 days, they say. If you're going to do it yourself, there's a lot of good programs online. UFile, it's called UFile.
The letter U.
The letter U.
Yeah.
They're not too difficult to use if you're fairly computer comfortable and you have some slips to input. They take you through the questionnaire. I think H&R Block has an online service as well. And there's some others too, but they're not too expensive, and they're pretty user friendly. You have to have some computer comfort, but if you have all your slips, then you just put them in, and then it's pretty quick.
Great, those are awesome tips. Well, thank you for coming and joining us tonight, Christine. We are looking forward to having Christine back in 2 weeks, and she is going to teach us how to talk to kids about money. So you're not going to want to miss that one.
We want to thank you guys for participating in another one of our virtual programs. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.